put these on, you'll need them. Oh. Welcome to 2020. It's a brand new year. There's no better time than New Year's to talk about exercise, so now that everyone's home from their mandatory one day at the gym, let's get back to playing some video games. Fitness games have always been strange. Outside of the inventiveness of Wii Fit, there isn't much fascination to be had in this very niche market. You've got stuff like Just Dance, branded Nike and Zumba games from back in the Kinect era, and the emergence of VR games with intense movement like Sprint Vector and Beat Saber, but none of them have ever been able to captivate my lazy gamer brain for more than a few days.
Yakko, how's it going?
I punched my desk and my hand hurts really bad.
That is, until Nintendo said, okay, but what if we made a platformer where you have to run in place mixed with an RPG where the character is you, and to do the battle moves, you gotta do exercises. And then Nintendo also said, what if we built some weird ring thing and made everything way too good? Like, I'm talking story, art design, characters, music. Fuck it. Let's hit it out of the park and make Game of the Year 2019, and it also happens to be a good workout. When you encounter an enemy during a level, the game transitions into a turn-based RPG where you attack enemies by doing repetitions of different equipable workout moves, ranging from easier moves like ring raises and arm spins to oh fuck oh shit moves like squats, mountain climbers, and leg scissors. Like everyone says they're excited, and then Ring Fit makes you do leg scissors.
Uno, dos, and more.
You might get new skills or more hearts for leveling up, and you'll make it to a new world, and boom, you can row a boat with your abs now. You can make smoothies now. It took me several weeks to unlock the skill tree. I don't know a lot about yoga. I mean, I know tree pose, but damn, y'all got tree pose level 2 now? What happens when you do that one? You can only have a certain amount of skills equipped at any given time, and each level has different enemies, so based on the level's recommendations, it might be leg day. Sorry, I don't make the rules. You could make some extra damage smoothies though, and honestly, there are too many smoothies. I am becoming too powerful. Drago, I'm here to fight you. Actually, wait 1 second. Okay, now I increased my attack power, I changed all my skill colors to red, I have an extra turn and a guaranteed rush, and I get double EXP and money after this fight. Let's go. Yeah, that's right. Hydrate or dihydrate, bitch. Each time you increase the difficulty level, which ranges from 1 to 30, the amount of reps required for each attack changes. Ring Fit Adventure will actually beat you up in real life. Drago, why the fuck did you install so many machines that require squats to get to your stadium? And on the topic of voice acting, it's a major disappointment that Ring is the only character with voiced dialogue because it's done perfectly. Nearly every line he has is voice acted, whether it's to explain your new rewards and powers or constantly cheer you on during runs and workouts just like a personal trainer would.
Uh-oh, run faster or it'll just push you back. This will focus on working your legs. Great! Your sweat is so shiny and beautiful.
Now, the last story point I need to mention are the other 4 characters, known as the 4 Masters. At first, they train and fight with you to defeat Drago, but are overtaken by his dark influence, and the majority of the game revolves around you rescuing them. They each represent one of the 4 fitness types in the game, and let me just tell you, these fuckers at Nintendo knew exactly what they were doing. 2 buff-ass dudes named Armando and Abdonis, an old yoga lady named Guru Andma, and Allegra for, you know, the legs. The hot girl gets the legs, because of course she does. She literally tries to step on you. That's her attack. Hey Nintendo, why am I playing footsie with the hot woman? What if someone walked in my room while I was playing this? E10 plus my ass. But the shopkeeper is okay, I like her, she's mine. Finally, let's talk about audio, because do you want to work out and have it sound like this? Or do you want it to sound like you are the protagonist of a fantasy video game?
Yes! Yeah! Nice! Excellent! Victory!
Just make sure to take note of the game's helpful warnings and tips as you play. I'm worried that I'll get too muscular. Yeah, I'm returning this game. Oh, right, hold on. It's like 1 a.m. If you're a longtime viewer of my channel, you may be familiar with a guy named Chris, or Oxygen. You know, toxic league player.
Eat shit.
Ooh.
I mean, thank you,
Welcome,
that one.
dude.
Wears a penguin suit. Lost a $5 skin bet to me in CSGO.
I gotta start looking for what gun skin I want.
Oh my god, fuck off.
After we bonded through a mutual love of OS and other Japanese rhythm games, he quickly became one of my best friends, and I started relentlessly bothering him to take a trip to Japan with me over 2 years ago. And wouldn't you know it, I'm leaving in the morning to take a trip for 3 weeks to Japan with Chris. Fuck, that's a long time.
Well, fancy meeting you here. Hey.
So I walk in this train station bathroom. The door opens itself. The toilet's cleaning. There's an SOS button on the toilet. Hey, so imagine being a YouTuber and going to Japan for 3 weeks and not vlogging.
Professional YouTuber, everybody.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep holding the camera like this.
And we went to the arcades. Yes, on the first day. I mean, why wouldn't we? It's where all the rhythm games are. We played My, which is Chris's favorite, and I still refuse to refer to it as anything other than a big washing machine. At first, I wasn't sure about this one, but then I found the Sonic Adventure 2 music. Arriving at the Toyosu Fish Market at a brutally early 5:45, our guide explained the morning tuna auction before walking us around wholesale areas and stalls. We got to try out expensive knives and see fish cut and prepared, including this huge tuna head that I deemed Big Man on campus. And then later that day, I ate Big Man. I wonder if I will absorb his big fish thoughts. After 2 quick days in Tokyo, we hopped on a bullet train for 4 hours and another train for another 4 hours to go all the way up to Sapporo on the North Island of Hokkaido. We called this part of the trip Snow Boys for a reason.
Hey Chris, what's your favorite hotel? What's your favorite hotel?
Well, a lot of snow out there, as you can see. So I'm looking for some relaxing, maybe some relief from the weather. Maybe something fancy.
How fancy?
Very fancy.
Well, I think we found our ticket.
Now, the main reason we visited Sapporo, even though it was cold-ass snow season, was for the Snow Festival. The 71st Snow Festival.
Alright fellas, check out this snowman. From the front he looks good. From the back, he's packing. Whew.
Can I help you?
Also, Nico takes the cake for the coolest place we stayed during our trip. The Airbnb came with a free dog named Maru that lives outside the house and would only sometimes try to eat your shoes.
Oh, you tricked me. Don't do that.
But we weren't done yet because we had 6 days left and I did everything I could to make the most of them and cram in as many arcades and weeb locations as possible. I played a shit ton of Ongeki. I wasted more money and printed more Ongeki cards. Chris played My. One day he played it for 6 hours straight to win a CD. I found an arcade that printed Pokemon blocks, and a pissing game at the urinal. Here's a store with 500 gacha machines.
Oh shit.
I went to a little place outside of Tokyo called Sangenjaya, which might sound familiar if you've played a little indie game no one's heard of called Persona 5.
Where have you been searching all along, confessing twilight on and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked, where have I been?
Did we really have any doubts about this game? No? Yeah, I didn't think so. It's time to get down to business.
Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control.
I'm sorry, Blathers. This is your own fault. Hell, I was practicing my fishing skills while waiting for the pre-order to show up at my house.
Ready? Go!
I set up triple toilet in my bathroom because everybody knows the real way to shit is with my boys! Getting a virtual letter in my little video game mailbox just hits different. Now back to the important question. Do I think Animal Crossing was worth the money? Yeah, this is probably gonna be Game of the Year for me. Pokemon Channel is a game released for the GameCube where you watch TV with Pikachu. Does it have real gameplay? No. Does it have replay value? Not really. Is it fun for anyone other than kids? No. Is it good? No, it's not good. Do I like it? Yes. Okay, Pikachu. That's enough TV. Pikachu, there's no other channels. Don't. Stop it. Pikachu, you just told me you wanted to watch TV. And now you are stumbling around the room, not paying attention to the TV program. Pikachu doesn't understand TV! Then why did he want to watch it? I don't know if every Pokemon is actually like this and we only see the obedient fighting side in the main series games, but while I've been trying to watch the various channels, Pikachu has done everything from electrocute the TV to attempt jumping in like he's in Persona 4 or something. Pikachu, no! Wobbuffet's quiz. Wouldn't it be cool if there was an interactive game show? Yeah, well, too bad because this one just has really easy guess that Pokemon quizzes, but for most of the questions, you don't even get to play. You just watch 3 Pokemon contestants play. Who designed this? Odd one out. This is the game's other quiz channel where you just guess if an even or odd number of Oddishes will appear on screen, but you can still get a bunch of money if you wait until they're literally all there. What kind of audience was this game made for? Are they just learning to count or something? Oh yeah, it's for children. The other main gameplay feature in Pokemon Channel is going outside. You know what, I guess that's kind of what everyone's asking for right now. I've never used a pickup line in my life, but if I did, it would probably be, hey girl, how about you come over to my place and we set up my GameCube and run the PAL version of Pokemon Channel so I can send a Jirachi to your copy of Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire. This is the perfect dating profile. I mean, I haven't got any messages back yet, but maybe I just have to add something like, my mom can bring us root beer and goldfish, but you have to go home by 8:30 because it's a school night. Video game arcades have always held a special place in my heart. However, I feel like there's a slight difference between the arcades found in the United States and those found in Japan. I can't put my finger on it. There's just something different. Why go to the arcade to play DDR when the boys can just come over to my house after school and play Super Mario DDR on the little wired pad that barely works? I mean, shit, Guitar Hero became the fad of American households, walked up with a double barrel and took the fucking DDR cabinets out back to put them out of their misery. Sound Voltex, a game where notes on 6 buttons fly at you faster than the speed of light while you turn 2 knobs to spin the entire playfield. Alright, I may or may not have spent $200 so I can play this one at home. Tunithm, a futuristic looking ass game where you play a piano bar but then you lift your hands off the piano and it has a height sensor and you play air notes. We get the bumblebee ball catcher. Now, the first thing you'd see when it comes to Ongeki before all the intense gameplay I just explained is the cabinet and the questionably aged girls on it. The overall aesthetic probably makes me seem like a complete degenerate to anyone unfamiliar with the game itself, and it makes me upset. I can't stop myself from jamming to the theme songs, but the girls are concerning. Fuck! You know what? I think I spent at least $60 on the gacha. I'm in too deep at this point. I have never once watched this show, and animal lolly hybrids are going to keep me far away from it, but goddamn if Welcome to Japari Park isn't a straight banger. Back ye foul creatures! I only like the music! Gotcha games. Yeah, we're talking about them again. There's something of an oddity in the modern gaming sphere. They're often distanced from most other video games and rarely discussed by creators outside of sponsorships. But after becoming fascinated with them, addicted, last year, I decided to tackle the subject. I had my fun enjoying art styles or cute gameplay design, but when I really look back, most of these games didn't provide me with anything lasting, at least not like a traditional video game would. There were no real memories or things I'd take away from the experience itself. Sure, the girls were hot and the guys are also hot, and no, that's a vegetable, stop. Did I literally just spend $25 to buy a single character last week? Yes. Does that mean I'd recommend it? That she was worth as much as 2 copies of Hollow Knight? No! Fellas, I was playing the Sword Art Online gacha. Therapists near me. Like, has any creator actually played Raid Shadow Legends for more than 10 minutes to get the footage they need for the ad read? I actually tried it to see how bad and generic it really is, and may I just say, taking the world by storm, these nuts. They wouldn't still be dishing out millions of dollars for people to talk about their games. Raid has over 10 million downloads and is in the top 25 grossing games on both iOS and Android. Someone's playing these games. Mom, did you just install Raid Shadow Legends? Sometimes I feel like I'm pulling my punches because this is complicated stuff, but don't worry, I watched a handful of news reports and developer conferences about keeping players addicted and designing social games just to make money, and fuck that shit, dude. I could physically see a gateway to hell opening in the background. Gonna have to sleep with my nightlight and a copy of Kirby Air Ride. Jesus Christ. Why would anyone spend money to get JPEGs of anime girls? Said the gamer, dumping another $20 into League to buy the new skin for his favorite character. This joke isn't funny anymore. Can you fucking imagine celebrating the 3rd anniversary of your game by going, "Hello, we hope you've been enjoying your time in the world of Fire Emblem Heroes. For our 3rd anniversary,
More. Give us more. Come on.
And if you're gonna compare a game to gambling, you can't get much more literal than CSGO. This is a game that has a public market unrelated to its gameplay to buy and sell skins, and a trade system that inspired skin betting and gambling websites not only marketed to children, but so rigged by the site owners and in violation of existing gambling laws that Valve had to say, "Hey guys, check out this sick new tech I found. I call it a cease and desist." Ah, the collector's edition, because why not turn collecting video games into an even more expensive hobby? Taking some semi-worthless junk and stuffing it in with a base product became so profitable in the gaming industry that the term collector's edition basically became synonymous with video games. So today, I want to take a look at some of my favorite collector's editions while also looking at some trends I've noticed over the years that make AAA games look lazy compared to a rising wave of indie titles. I've spent a lot of money on this stuff, okay? I could probably kill someone with the hardcover Mario Odyssey art book. And now we arrive at some of the worst collector's editions I own. While I adore Atlas games and the Persona series, the Persona Q2 Showtime edition has to be the biggest joke of a purchase I've made in my life. Ignoring the PSP Go, of course. Inside its generic box is a plushie that looks like it came out of a bootleg claw machine, a paperback art book that should just be called a "we ran out of time and put official character art on each page" book, a deck of playing cards, okay, and a set of 4 plastic buttons. I literally had a toy as a kid that could make these kinds of buttons. What part of any of this appeals to someone dedicated enough to the Persona series to bust out their fucking 3DS again in 2019? That someone is me, by the way. A rhythm game is the place where you definitely include the soundtrack in the collector's edition. So they did it with Persona 4 dancing, but somehow managed to fuck it up with the new ones. They didn't even give me a digital download! They put the soundtrack on a cassette tape with a super cute retro design and everything. And they finally included a digital download code. Why can't you be like this? However, since they included a recipe for strawberry pie, I naturally decided to mix some flour, sugar, and salt in a bowl, add some chopped butter and water, make it into some dough, then cut up some strawberries, mix them together with sugar, cornstarch, salt, lemon juice, and vanilla extract, pour the mixture into the pie crust, overlay the lattices, and put it in the oven for, oh, I don't know, 20 minutes at 425 and then an hour at 350. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now, if you'll excuse me. Among the many games that I consider myself a fan of, Celeste ranks pretty high on the list. However, I realized I can't exactly go parading around as the world's biggest Celeste fan if I haven't technically beat the game yet, even if I did buy all 3 vinyl soundtracks and made a faithful recreation of the strawberry pie with the recipe I got from the collector's edition. I just recently finished the DLC, but boy did beating it take me a while. Only died a few times. Ah yes, 3,514 times. In other words, a few, because I'm gonna say it. Oh no, no.
He's gonna say it.
Video games are art, people.
Oh, we said it!
You usually can't see the entire room, which leaves you with 2 options. Just slam your face into spikes with no plan until you make it, or take a look through the binoculars and go, oh yeah, definitely, now I can see the entire level. Time to slam my face into spikes with no plan until I make it. But I do want to add that when I was analyzing the game's audio project files in Fmod, I found a dialogue file called Secret Character, and I'm so upset. I can't believe they did this to me. Once you arrive at the final room, it's easy to take one look through the binoculars as it merges every new mechanic into one final hurrah and go, yeah, okay, yep, yeah, I got it. Indie games are a blessing to us gamers, but as much as I'd like to think that everyone and their mother has heard of or played Celeste, that often just isn't the case. That doesn't mean I'll ever stop talking about it. I mean, obviously. But I want to dedicate this video to some games that have gone a little more under the radar. Despite being published by Adult Swim Games, I didn't see this game get much publicity at all upon release in 2017. They did send me this chef's apron though, which is pretty cool, I gotta admit. On the first playthrough, this game is tough as nails. It's frustrating as hell. Each boss has more phases than the last. You start off thinking, oh okay, this Bell dude is gonna have 3 phases. Oh, 4th phase, okay, I can do that. Alright, I got him. And now I'm fighting the floor. The floor is the boss now. The final boss has like 9 or 10 phases. I don't know. I lost count once the final screen started happening and all I could hear was even if you've never heard of Fury, you might have heard its most popular song, which sounds like this. Yeah, see, I know you've heard it. To see Sumogo's name after nearly 5 years without a release was really surprising, and their newest game, Sayonara Wild Hearts, gets my highest honor, because I can say, without a doubt, it filled me with childlike wonder.
Ooh, I said it again. It was there on the monitor the whole time.
I'd call it a motorcycle action game, but by the time I'm done saying that, I'll have already jumped off the motorcycle, skateboarded in space to Claire de Lune, hopped back on the motorcycle to fight a giant wolf mech, rode on the devil's vomit, and finished it off by kissing a dragon. There's legitimately a segment in the final song where you grind on rails for exactly 5 seconds, and it's never used anywhere else. My one brain cell went, what? Sonic Adventure 2 grinding? And it's over. You drive across a falling bridge during the bridge of a song. If I'm being honest, I'm tempted. I might just do it. I just might. Yeah, fuck it. Who am I kidding? I'll buy the soundtrack on vinyl. Toho Luna Nights. What if Metroidvania, but Toho? Wait, that means it has Toho music. Hey everyone, it's me, the guy who complains in almost every video I make about how I don't like toxicity and overcompetitiveness in online multiplayer video games. And today, I'm going to be talking about a battle royale. It's given me something to consistently play with my friends that isn't a game like League or Valorant.
Finally! I don't have to play Valorant anymore! Goodbye!
Why am I making an entire analytical video essay about the funny Jelly Bean game? There's only one point I have left to mention when it comes to Fall Guys, which is apparently the subject of a bit of debate in every replies section of the Fall Guys Twitter, which is to add voice chat. Excuse my language, but what? What the fuck? I can't believe I made an entire analytical video essay about the funny Jelly Bean game. Hey everyone, I noticed it's been taking me consistently longer and longer to make each new video for my channel. So to get this Hades review out in a more timely manner, I decided I am not going to make an overly edited montage for the intro.
I'm leaving. Try and stop me.
I'm here, Father. You're going home.
Oh no! I'll make it out of here yet.
You died what, 50 times at least?
Come on out.
Oh no. Do you really want to die this terribly?
Then they said, hey, let's throw in, oh, I don't know, thousands of voice lines so practically every character can react to GIFs, win streaks, other characters, story moments, weapons, and whether or not Zagreus has eaten a burger in the last 20 minutes.
Hypnos eyed the brown McDonald's bag, hidden under the young prince's robes as he emerged from the pool of sticks. You could ask him if he had a few extra fries to spare.
At this point in development, I imagine the programmers and writers have now fallen asleep in their chairs from exhaustion until someone across the office just yells, "We should add fishing."
Game of the year goes to
Hades. My only complaint is that I wish I could catch more fish.
You have my rod of fishing. Now have this.
Oh.
Alright, let's catch some fish.
And if you think the game stops at fishing, you'd be sorely mistaken. As you make ample progress in the game and finish purchasing the various run benefits from the house contractor, Hades turns into an interior design simulator. Yeah, I think the lounge deserves an aquarium and a disco ball. Oh yeah, I think those flowers are gonna look great in that corner, Nick. I mean, it's only natural to put endlessly falling flower petals in the hallway as you emerge from the pool of sticks. Oh, and don't forget the towels. We wouldn't want anyone tracking blood on the new rugs I just bought.
Who made this game?
Oi, I'm trying to get out of the underworld, mate.
Hey, trying to get out of the underworld, I'm Dad.
Did you really just— Oh fuck. When it comes to writing, Hades blew my expectations for a roguelike out of the water so hard that any nearby fish fucking died because it took them so long to fall back down from the sky. The game released out of early access and they said, you know what, let's put it on sale for $20. If anyone at Supergiant is watching this, I have a suggestion for your marketing team.
You gotta make the game cost more. You make the game more expensive.
Why did no one teach me in school that Achilles and Patroclus were super gay? Let's go! Dear Darren Korb, who are you and what real-life god of the underworld did you sign your soul to in order to compose a phenomenal soundtrack for Hades while also being the singing voice of Orpheus and the voice of Zagreus, the main character, the dude who has the most voice lines in the entire game? And Skelly! Did you think you were hot shit so you turned up the heat too much? And then you went, nah, I got this, and made the bosses harder and... Okay, I'm just gonna try to beat Hades on this run, no heat. I'm gonna say this really quietly because I don't know if it's considered a spoiler, but in the Extreme Measures Phase 3 Hades fight...
This is a real boss song now. It has enough guitars in it.
Yeah, I like girls. Yeah, Megara's mine. What are you gonna do about it? Come down here to the underworld and fight me? Oh, shit. Wait. Let me grab the spitty shield first.
Video game music. You know it's great, I know it's great, and if I play... you'd probably be able to tell me what game that was from. But what about the lesser-known soundtracks? What about everyone's favorite 90s educational computer game, Sonic Schoolhouse?
But I do have one problem with Loco Roco's music.
Can you put on the credits theme? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everybody in the car, so come on, everybody.
Oh, you foolish Americans only know Sonic Boom? How about... The rock guitar riffs of Quartz Quadrant are reminiscent of Sonic and Shadow levels, and slower-paced songs like Tidal Tempest elicit vibes similar to those in the Knuckles and Rouge Emerald hunts. Did she just sing the lick? The soundtracks are so different that it's tough to compare them at all, and basically just gives us the best of both worlds. Two unique and diverse soundtracks for a Sonic game. The Japanese Robotnik theme is like...
Alright, now switch it to the US boss theme.
I've played a few titles in the series, and from the looks of it, less and less care is being put into these games over time, making them nearly indistinguishable save for slight graphical and control-based differences. Mario himself was so tired of this series, he didn't even show up to the mobile game. Drown the music out with sound effects and ambient noise, put it in a mediocre Olympic crossover video game, I don't care, I'll still find the jams. Rosalina's Observatory Bossa Nova remix? Beautiful. 4x 100-meter relay? I'm grooving at dangerous levels. Rugby Sevens? Absolute banger. And hey, remember the super cheesy Sonic Warrior vocal theme from the Japanese and European versions of Sonic CD? There it is. true attention to detail.
Well, here we are. While this technically isn't a top 10 video, or top 5 shall we say, I've saved the best for last, so here we go.
Here I was, right? Just a baby in the world of Gravity Rush with only a few hours of playtime to my name, thinking absolutely nothing could top the beautiful Aldnoir theme, and then I hopped on the train to Pleasure. Oh my god. When they started developing this heavily expanded sequel on a major console, I assumed the team's request for music was, okay, we want J-Rock for the soundtrack. Wait, no, 1930s, you know, jazz? Yeah, lots of trumpets and saxophone solos. Okay, but like, it's also pretty cinematic and anime, and the gameplay needs a superhero vibe, but then for the town themes, can you do like an island thing with international styles and tribal drums? Maybe some Spanish influence? And as if he didn't do more than enough when composing the first soundtrack, Kohei Tanaka snapped his fingers and said, okay, I did all of those ideas at the same time. And while Pleasure in the original Gravity Rush was already interesting enough, the sequel turns it into an even more dynamic piece. While the first felt carefully composed, the new version has so much more improvisation that it feels like the song is being played by a live band in the city you're exploring. And the Pleasure bars theme? This is jazz, right? I feel like this entire video is just me saying it's jazz over and over. I'm sorry, jazz musicians. What else do I call this? Fast tempo, complex chord progressions, improvisation. Is it bebop? Don't even get me started on the credits theme from Mighty Switch Force 2. Trust me, I'm not done talking about video game soundtracks just yet.
Oh my god, I forgot about Eminem's The Lost Formulas. Merry Christmas, guys. I know it's been a tough year and some circumstances prevented me from being here last year, but now we can just all sit down, relax, take a breather, and open some gifts. And seeing as how I have the Santa hat, I will pass them out.
Hey.
See these nuts, you ghoul bitch. Wait. It's just me, the alternate universe version of you. I played Mario Odyssey, and I get it. I'm not here to stop you from being a YouTuber or anything. I just came by to say happy holidays. Yeah, that's totally why I'm here. Oh, okay. Did you get me anything? Yeah, totally. Okay. Rude. Anyway, I'm gonna go first. Wow, the Nier Automata, Nier Gestalt, and Replicant vinyl box set. Thanks, Undertale Complete vinyl box set. I need to get out more.
But the people that enjoy collecting video game music pressed on the outdated format that is vinyl?
We exist. It's more than just me. I hope.
An indie studio I fell in love with this year was Supergiant Games. After getting my socks knocked clean off by the high-octane gameplay and rocking guitar riffs of Hades, I decided to blaze through the rest of Supergiant's library. Pyre's character writing and subtle uses of dynamic music made me cry, and Transistor's vocal themes just fucking kicked me while I was down. And then Bastion? I I could ramble on about countless examples of amazing music from just Supergiant's library for the rest of the video, but I figured it'd be more fun if I brought along someone a bit more familiar with these soundtracks than I am. In case some people are unfamiliar watching this video with who you are and what you do, can you give like a quick introduction?
Sure, yeah. My name is Darren Korb, and I'm the audio director and composer for Supergiant Games. And most recently, we released a game called Hades. The thing about composing music for games that makes it unique is how the listener is going to be interacting with the music. It's different from sort of any other medium in that it is interactive. The way a player experiences it, or the duration for which a player will experience it, is going to be different depending on how they're playing through the game. You have to kind of build that in to the piece, or account for that in how you implement the piece somehow. So I think that's probably the main difference and challenge with composing for games. That being said, you know, the games that I've worked on with Supergiant, which is all the games I've worked on, have been really creatively free. It's been a lot of fun to really try and express the feeling of a particular place and setting through the music as much as I can.
For games I played as a kid, I can recall some very specific experiences, but levels, gameplay, or story are often lost. Probably didn't help that I was awful at games and couldn't get very far in most of them, but I'll be damned if I don't remember that absolute jam that plays during cutscenes in Sonic Pinball Party for the Game Boy Advance. I remember Evil Tales like I lost to that dude yesterday because of that song. You're such a moron, son. Whoa! Tails would never say that!
I think how reactive it is to a player, it can be to a player's experience, and really feel like it's sort of a piece of music that is in real time responding to you in some way and reacting to the way in which you're playing through a sequence of a game. I think that's really fascinating about it. So in context, you know, I think that's what's something that's special about game music for sure.
We knew this year that the Game Awards Orchestra wasn't going to be easy to pull off, but we had to try. I know how much we all love video game music.
I know how much we all love video game music.
Oh, do we now? Then why was Best Music and Score relegated to a 59-second segment in the pre-show?
I bet these guys didn't even know there's a dedicated hum button in Transistor.
There are these huge plastic discs that you gotta hold correctly so you don't scratch them, and they wear over time just by playing them a lot, and you gotta keep dust off of them by using a carbon fiber brush and keeping them sleeved on a shelf. But when they're on the shelf, you gotta make sure that they're not bending or placed incorrectly, and that the room isn't too hot, otherwise they'll warp. And when you're playing them, you gotta keep an eye on the needle, and you gotta... Ooh, I bet that's the 3LP Pyre soundtrack I just ordered. I'll be right back.
I think in the age of streaming and digital music and everything, having a sort of physical manifestation of the stuff you like is fun, and being able to sort of have a thing you can admire and touch and manipulate, and just the act of sort of listening to an album is really satisfying, because you can't just put it on and go about your business. You have to sort of come back in 20 minutes and flip it over, and you know, you have to, at the bare minimum, you've got to come back and flip the record over. So I think I really enjoy the sort of ritual of having to actively listen to something instead of just an infinite playlist of the whole internet, you know?
Do I have to register this as a weapon?
Do you find any like personal satisfaction on seeing your stuff get on like vinyl and CD?
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it feels real, you know, when it's finally like released and in a physical medium. It's like, oh, well, just this is like the albums that I love, you know. It's like, wow, that's cool. It's a milestone. And before probably 2015 or 2016, I never even imagined that my music would be on vinyl, because the vinyl thing that's kind of when it started hitting, was like just before that it started coming back. I couldn't, if you had told me that, hey, you're going to have albums on vinyl, you know, like 2 years before that, I'd be like, that's silly. What are you talking about? Why would I have albums on vinyl? But it's really cool. And then, you know, of course, I'm super excited about the releases coming up for the stuff that I recorded at Abbey Road that's going to be on vinyl. Like, there's something, you know, special just going through not fully, the same sort of process that the Beatles went through, but but sort of being able to kind of have it, yeah.
And speaking of the records themselves, I would talk about them, but I actually have to include a short commercial break to pay for all of the pre-orders I'm still waiting on. Are you looking for deals on video game music? Come on down to the VGM Emporium. VGM stands for video game music, by the way. We got the traditional 180 gram vinyl for all you people that give a shit. We got red vinyl, white vinyl, blue vinyl. God bless the truth vinyl. Oh, you don't like solid colors? Well then, do I have the product for something for you? I just got this one on sale. Celeste. It's like somebody threw up on this one. Yeehaw! This one got the Hollow Knight face right on it. Face? Is it a Mac? Everything must go! When the missus finds out I spent $89.99 plus shipping and handling on a near complete vinyl box set, things are not gonna go over too well. I gotta get rid of all this crap by Sunday. We got 3, count 'em 3, JoJo soundtrack CDs. Wait a minute, these ain't video games, these is my son's. The Super Meat Boy CD. Signed by Danny Baranowski. Okay, well maybe not everything, let's go. Oh, you buy this one, I'll throw in the record brush. Whoa, I'm inside of the bargain tornado. Whoa, you put some cool like tornado. So come on down and get yourself some music, because I do not want to think about how much money I have spent on all these. But you may have noticed that there's one key publisher I haven't mentioned in this entire video to keep the whole thing positive. That's because, despite being the company responsible for some of the most beloved video game music of all time, Nintendo... yeah. 2020 has been a pile of shit year for pretty much everyone, and video games have helped a lot of people get through it, myself included. I know I sound like a generic corporate social media post, but trust me, I'm a gamer. And now, to perfectly finish off this video by tying together everything about the magic of video game music, physical collecting, supporting artists, and most importantly, to thank Darren Korb, I can officially add the Songs of Supergiant Games orchestral vinyl signed by the man himself to my collection live on video. What a great end to the year. We experienced unforeseen production delays such that we now have a new ship date of early 2021? Call Darren back. I cannot have 2020 end like this.